RMJ Movie Reviews back again. And I got another, this is kind of a, my voice. This is an on-the-fly movie review. This is an on-the-fly movie review. For Christmas, one of my relatives had given me a gift card. Okay? So I had my little Visa gift card, and I was going to buy some tennis shoes, I was going to buy this, and I was going to buy that. I said, well, it's $25. I could put half on some new shoes I wanted to get. I was going to buy a pair of new Timberland boots I really wanted. But I said, you know what? Me being an avid film geek and movie nerd, I might as well just go ahead and buy me some new DVDs. Or Blu-ray when I get a Blu-ray player. So I decided, since I was a very big fan of the HBO TV series True Detective Season 1, Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson, I, like everybody else, was disappointed when I heard that they weren't going to come back for a second season. But let's keep it real. You know, McConaughey's got a lot of movies in the pipeline, and Woody Harrelson is, you know, doing his thing too. So, you know, they need to get a new batch. And I was disappointed when I saw that it was a totally different storyline and all of that. But, you know, because I wasn't crazy about when they did that with American Horror Story, which I loved the first season of that show. But I said, you know, okay, I'll roll with it. I don't actually have HBO anymore. I got it cut off about 4 years ago. So I just naturally had to wait until it came out to Blu-ray or DVD. So it came out, went to Best Buy. I was like, you know what, chalk that. I was like, let me take my gift card and I'll buy True Detective Season 2. So my on-the-fly movie review today is going to be of the DVD release of True Detective Season 2. I'm just going to review the entire series. I mean, I know many people have already put their reviews up because the show aired, I believe, this past summer. And I've been anxiously awaiting to see it because I know a lot of the same writers worked on it. I know there's different directors for each episode. But I've been anxiously awaiting. It came out. And I marathon these episodes. I basically, I don't know how I did it, but I had 3 days off work because I do 12-hour shifts. And, I paid my bills and I got other stuff done and fixed things around the house. So I was pretty much just chilling, especially around this time of year in January. Ain't jack to do nothing no ways because all the holidays are over. So I just marathoned, I literally marathoned episodes 1 through 4 within a couple of hours. And then I watched 5 and 6 yesterday. And then I literally just completed 7 and 8 today, this afternoon. And I was very pleased with it. When they do that actor switch on you, with TV shows, especially when you have strong characterizations like the ones that Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson and I'm sorry, I forget her name, guys. The brunette from Gone Baby Gone. I forget her name right offhand. When you have those strong actors and strong characterizations, it's often disappointing when you hear they're not coming back for a second time. But Colin Farrell, I have always been a defender of Colin Farrell from way back. When Colin Farrell did not Minority Report, because he wasn't on the rise. He was on the rise, but he was just a part in that movie. But way back when he did SWAT, because I'm one of the few people in this universe who actually like SWAT. I think it's just a goofy, little fun B movie. I like SWAT. There's pieces of Miami Vice that I like, but I'm not sure if it holds up as a whole. But there are aspects of that film that I like, which I'm going to be reviewing that film because I'd like to talk about that film in depth if I could actually sit through the whole thing from beginning to end again. I actually was one of the few people who actually liked Alexander. When it was out of the theater, not the re-releases, but, a girl who I was kind of seeing at the time, we went to actually go see it at a discount matinee, which I don't even know if those exist anymore. And me and her actually liked the film. But then again, I had no expectations for Alexander when I saw it. It was just me and her were just let's go see this. It's $2 for the both of us, whatever. And I actually thought it was a nice little sleaze fest, So I've always been a defender of Colin Farrell. I've always been a fan of him. I haven't particularly been fans of all his performances as all his films, but I like him. And when he does interviews, he seems like a genuine guy. Oh, goodness. what's her name? Rachel McAdams. I cannot profess how much I love this woman. This woman is, and guys, that's not like stalker talk, but I just love this woman. I love her. She's fantastic. Taylor Kitsch, I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. I remember him from other films. I think was he in that movie Savages? I think with Selma Hayek and John Travolta. I never saw that one, but I gotta check that out. Of course, he was in Lone Survivor. Lone Survivor is that's my first review on my channel. I love Lone Survivor. Vince Vaughn. I have never been a fan of him as a viewer liking to watch an entertainer. Rounders I've seen pieces of. When I first really got hip to Vince Vaughn was when the Lost World Jurassic Park came out, way back in 1997. And I remember on like the E, yeah guys, we're going way back to the 90s, on the E television behind the scenes premiere of the Lost World, Vince Vaughn hosted it, and I kept watching it like, why is this guy hosting this? I have no idea. I've never been a fan of Vince Vaughn. And kind of digressing a little bit, I had heard little things about kind of his personal beliefs that didn't warm me to him anymore, outside of him being an actor. But we'll focus back on him, the actor. I was very pleasantly pleased. I thought Vince Vaughn was fantastic in this entire show. He was fantastic. He was just great. I think this season of The True Detective holds very true to the first season. This is very film noir detective, flawed human beings who are dealing with doing their job and dealing with their own personal demons and personal struggles. And I think that this season 2 was fantastic. Now, I've heard all the stuff over the summer where people were saying season 2 was weak, season 1 was better. They're very much different, but they're very much the same. You know what I mean? Yes, we got cops with personal demons, so that's the same. The setting is different. This is in California. True Detective season 1 was like down south somewhere. I can't remember where. I remember it was in Louisiana. It was somewhere down south. We're dealing with the same thing here. There's more lead characters, and in this time, you kind of get to see like a mobster, Goodfellas type of character, which that would be Vince Vaughn, and then you got the 3 cops, McAdams, Colin Farrell, and Taylor Kitsch. I'm sorry if I mess up his name. Colin Farrell is the anchor. McAdams is number 2. Taylor Kitsch and Vince Vaughn, I was not as interested in their storylines. As a viewer, not saying they didn't do their job as actors. Everybody was fantastic. But just as a viewer watching, I was not as invested in their storylines. Now, as the 8 episodes progressed, I was getting more and more kind of drawn in to Vince Vaughn. In particular, the thing with Vince Vaughn and his wife, that's a badass screen couple, man. They as the show went on, I was drawn into their interactions together. Is just badass, and the fact that they have got like this love that is just a bond that's unbreakable. I mean, that's a chick who's there for her, man. I mean, I think this is a scene where him and Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell at the kitchen table, and the tension in that scene is fantastic. I thought it was going to end Reservoir Dogs style, which that was great. And to have the reveal of her coming out the door with the gun in her hand, oh my God, that was crazy. Fantastic. Those two together, they were dynamite. I loved it. Taylor Kitsch, I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but kind of, that dude has been through some stuff. He's really, they're all jacked up. All of them are. Actually, the one who's the least jacked up out of all of them is Vince Vaughn. But those 3 other ones they're all screwed up. Taylor Kitsch, he's got some sexuality issues. He's got some issues with women, which there's things in the series that allude to maybe, there's something going on with his mom, and there might be a little bit more there. And because his mom is played by Lolita Davidovich, who was the sexy mom from Raising Cain and a whole bunch of other stuff. And, I could probably say sickly and dementedly that if that was my mom too, if I had a MILF like her, I'd probably have all kinds of mommy issues too if I were him. But, there's little things, there's little sprinkles there that allude to maybe, there's a little bit of Norman and mother thing kind of going on there, which, when you see Lolita Davidovich in that little house outfit and cross her legs on that couch, you'll be like, guys, you might roll through and be like, you know what, I might just have to do this and just not tell anybody. And McAdams, oh, man, oh, God. There's a scene in here that's very similar to kind of the Project's drug raid from season 1 with Matthew McConaughey running through the yards in that one shot where she goes to this brothel. And that is the most fantastic scene of the entire series. I love that scene from top to bottom. It reveals a lot of clues about her childhood, which is alluded to earlier in the season. That's what I love about this show. There's little tiny clues planted throughout. It doesn't bust out in your face and say, this happened to that person, blah, blah, blah. There's little tiny clues that are planted earlier in the season, and then all the dots are connected at the end. It's fantastic. I think it was pretty obvious. You see that she slept around at work, so I think it was pretty obvious she had a past history of sexual abuse, which is ultimately, sorry guys, spoilers, ultimately revealed. And it's fantastic. And the way she's having these delusions and she's in this brothel while these grown men are like sleeping with women that are half their age, and there's orgies going on. And I love that scene. It is fantastic. The music, the way she plays it. Mick Adams is just bad. And then when the dude walks up on her and chokes her and she does some Seagal on him and just... I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. This is the kind of storytelling I love. And this is why I think among all this, Nightmare on Elm Street remake, Total Recall remake, Point Break remake, this is why cable television series is killing regular movies right now, because they have the guts to tell original storytelling. It was badass. I love that scene. It was fantastic. Colin Farrell. Like I said, I've been defending the guy for years. Essentially, he's playing an extension of Crockett from the Michael Mann movie. And when I saw the previews for it, I knew he was gonna. I knew when I saw the handlebar mustache and the slick back hair and the full beard, I said he's just playing Crockett again from Miami Vice 2006. I'm surprised I haven't heard anything in any reviews about that. I wouldn't say. The way he presents the character in terms of the voice and kind of his mannerisms is exactly the way he played Crockett in the 2006 Miami Vice movie. I've never heard anybody say that. Maybe that's because I'm the only one who remembers that movie. But, and Colin Farrell, in the first half of the series, he was doing really good. And he kind of just played his voice kind of just flat, where he was blocking out his Irish accent, but he wasn't kind of doing like the grumbling thing he was doing in the Miami Vice movie. But towards the end of the series, he started doing the thing he did in Miami Vice with the, my daddy, what are you going to do? Who is this? Who's that? He's doing that thing, and it was just like he wasn't doing it the first half. And that was my only gripe about his performance. But the way this character is written, I love it. Colin Farrell does so much fantastic stuff here. Colin Farrell they're just all magnificent. I'd say McAdams and Farrell are fantastic. Vince Vaughn is very good. His counterpart from Flight, red-haired chick with the really pretty eyes, she's good. Taylor Kitsch, very good. Very Richard Gere, Brooklyn's Finest, subdued style. Just keep it all internal. He's really good and he's torn. Especially when you find out, he was banging his buddy from the war, heavy stuff there. But the scene when Colin Farrell has got his boy outside the school, and he tells him, you tell me you took your shoes, or I'm gonna pull your pants down and just whoop your butt right here in front of everybody. I mean, like, it's just like, wow. And then there's two scenes. Colin Farrell does not get enough credit when it is revealed that he murked somebody that he thought raped his wife. Turns out it wasn't the dude. And when the woman tells Colin Farrell's like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, they caught the guy that killed him." And the look on Colin Farrell's face when Colin Farrell tore it up in that scene, man. I love this kind of stuff. I mean, when you saw it right there, when that camera was this close on Colin Farrell and he had that look on his face, like, damn. I mean, you're talking about you killed somebody who you thought raped your wife. That's not a F up. That's a monumental, colossal failure as a human being. And when you see the look on his face, oh my God, man. Great stuff. The other scene I like is when him and his ex-wife are talking, and she's like, "Well, you lied to me about killing him," and blah, blah, blah. And Colin Farrell just gets this look on his face like, oh my God. I will say, I think the stuff with him and his son, which is touching. It's touching. It's really very sweet. It's very well done. Left out the interaction with McAdams and David Morse, who, David Morse he's been in the game for years, fantastic character actor. He's kind of a hippie-ish kind of guy. But his interaction with him and McAdams, oh God, in the scene when he basically admits to her, "I screwed up as a father. I let somebody hurt you. I didn't protect you like I should have." And the pain in his face and the pain in her face, and like she wants to like kind of weep, but she's so hard by everything that she's been through that she can't. Oh man, fantastic stuff. I love this season of True Detective. The one thing I will say that's better about this season, in my opinion, is that this show started out good, but it got great as it went along. True Detective Season 1 started out good, but it was good, and then it had great moments, and then it kind of just stayed kind of here. And it ended okay, but it didn't end as strongly as it started. This season of True Detective just got better and better and better. If there's only one disappointment, what happened to Colin Farrell's character, I was just angry about. Colin Farrell I was with him from beginning to end, and it really pissed me off what happened with his character. Vince Vaughn, I kind of was here or there about whether he would get killed or not, but ultimately, it kind of ticked me off. It kind of ticked me off the way they ended that. But all in all, fantastic season. I've been reading stuff on the internet where they've been talking trash about, is there going to be a season 3? There should be a season 3. True Detective, just lump them together. Season 1 and 2, they're fantastic. They're great. I love this show. And I, for one, am very much looking forward to a season 2. So it's just a fantastic show. Fantastic show. So that's RMJ Movie Reviews. That's my review of season of True Detective season 2. I don't even know what my next movie review is gonna be, but I'll tell you soon. Okay, RMJ Movie Reviews. I'll see you soon.